Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Gary Gilgan. I want to thank you and I want to welcome you to this, I guess I'm going to call this episode 1 of this 90-day transformation, this challenge that me and a couple of my friends have embarked on yesterday. I want to make these videos. My intention with these videos is hopefully to connect with some new people, really to inspire and to motivate people, because at the end of the day, I've been just an obsessive learner and studier. Over the past 10 years, I've had a lot of life experience and a lot of things that have happened in my life. And as a result, I'm always learning from those experiences and trying to kind of put them in my tool belt. So hopefully I can help other people. If you haven't watched any of my videos before, I've done a couple of these 90-day challenges in the past. But this one's different for sure. I've got a lot of, my why is really big for making really big changes in my life. And it's gotten to the point where I don't just want things to happen. I must make things happen. I must make some really major changes in my life. And let me give you a little bit of context. So back in the beginning of March, my girlfriend of 2 years, she left me. She left me because at the end of the day, I was not living a life of honor. I wasn't living a life of integrity. Kind of going back is even, I guess, like my parents and stuff, watching my parents when I was a kid. My parents would fight all the time over money and stuff like that. And I used to always tell myself, man, I'm never going to be like that. I don't ever want that in my life. And so, when I was in high school, I had my first girlfriend and we dated for a while, and I was so non-committed to her. And it was just always on and off, and I would just toy with her emotions and things like that. And finally we graduate from high school, or she graduated. I didn't really go to high school, but she graduated from high school. She went off to UNLV, and I remember one night we were talking on the phone, and she straight dumped me. She dumped me, and it hurt so bad. It was the first time I'd ever had my heart broken, and I was working with my dad at the time as a mechanic, and I just remember him just comforting me and just telling me it was going to be all right. But I remember that, like, that was the start of when I really started to guard my heart. I started, like, not letting people in. And I really started to look at, like, I'm never gonna fail myself. At the end of the day, like, I'm stuck with me, so like I'm never gonna leave you, So I just really started focusing on me, making a lot of money, taking care, just thinking about me, just being selfish, and that compounded for my whole 20s. I had relationships, but they weren't. I would always, whenever they would get serious, I would always break away. I would always run away. I would never commit 100% in fear that I was going to get hurt. And so this relationship, the one with Danny, the one, she just left me, it got to the point where I wasn't being the man that I know I'm capable of being. And at the end of the day, I wasn't giving her what she needed. And that's just not fair to her. And so I was doing things that weren't right, and I was falling on some really bad habits. I was watching pornography. At the end, I was, looking up escorts and stuff like that. And, those things they're not right. And so, I don't blame her. I totally understand where she's coming from. But at the end of the day, this whole process has really taught me that I have so much more potential than I was giving. I'm so much more valuable than what I was doing. And because I put that guard up, because I didn't allow her to come into my life, and I didn't do the things that now I know, looking back, I know those are things that if I really want to be happy and if I really want to have love in my life, I need to come from a place of service. I need to be, you need to constantly be, dating that person, constantly be doing the little things that make that person feel special. And I came from the point, being the selfish type is, I'm waiting for you to make me happy before I make you happy. And man, that just does not work. It doesn't work in the least. And I'm the type of person that I have very high standards. I have very high expectations for my life and the things that I want out of my life. And I was always looking at her and criticizing her when, man, I mean, I wasn't doing the right things by any means. I was resting on my laurels. I was lazy. I was gaining weight, eating shitty food. I mean, I wasn't living up to my word. I wasn't walking my talk. And so again, it's like, man, I totally understand, where she's coming from. And I believe, that when something like that happens, whether it's a death in the family or whether it's, someone leaving you or a relationship breaking up or something like that, there's a lot of lessons to be learned in that experience. There's a lot of lessons to be learned in that emotion and in that heartbreak and that heartache. And I've taken so many of those. And I've just looked at my life, and now, she gave me the most wonderful gift of all. She gave me my son, and man, like I just didn't even know what love was until I had him. And so it's not just, whatever happens between, her and I is, man, I gotta be great for him, I gotta be a good person for him, I can't be doing that type of shit, I can't be living that type of life, because, I mean, look what it did, it broke up my family, and that's something, man, it's a shitty attraction or addiction, because, man, I've been looking at naked chicks since I was like 7 years old, And but I believe what Tony Robbins says is, man, when you have enough pain attached to something, it's so you can quit in a heartbeat. You can quit in a heartbeat, and I know, and that's why, I mean, I'm not ashamed. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect in any way, shape, or form. I make mistakes. I've fucked up, but I'm learning. I've learned from that mistake, and I'll never make that mistake again, because now I got other people who rely on me, other people that are going to look up to me, other people that I'm an example to, my kids, my wife, stuff like that. And I can't be living that type of life. I can't be doing that type of stuff. And so, this whole process, this whole experience with, my family breaking up and all of the hurt and the pain that I've seen them go through and that I felt myself, man, it's so easy to make a change. It's so easy to not be attracted to that stuff. But man, there's a lot of residual pain that now I've caused Danny. And Danny, man, at the end of the day, she might not ever trust me again. She might not ever be able to move on from those things, and she might never be able to forgive me, and man, I totally understand. I totally get it. But I have to change, and that's why I want to make these videos, so that I can document that change, so I can prove not just to her, but to myself, and hopefully I can inspire some other people, and hopefully share, the storehouse of information, the storehouse of strategies, the storehouse of all this, that I've been doing for so long. Because at the end of the day, I guess deep inside of me, I've known that this change had to be made. And that's why I've been gathering so much information and so much technology, so that I guess when the student is ready, the master shall appear. And so, man, I'm so ready. I'm so ready to change. I've never been so committed to something in my life, becoming a better person, a man of honor, a man of integrity, someone that my kids can look up to, and my son can look up to and say, man, I want to be just like my dad. That's what I want more than anything, And man, I want a relationship, I don't want to be a single dad. I don't want to be single anymore. And I've been single my whole fucking life, You know, 34 years I've been single. 34 years I've been walking this journey, you know, by myself, in my little shell, in my little cave, you know, in my own little world in my head, and not allowing people to come in, and not doing the things that I know I need to do. Because I feel them inside, you know, I feel them inside, you know, you should do this, you know, when I get inspired, hey, you should buy your girl some flowers, or you should write a little love note, or you should send a little text, or give a little kiss, or give a little hug. I feel those inside, but I guess the old programming just says, you know, don't do it, you know. I just end up not doing it in fear that I'll get rejected, or in fear that, you know, eventually I'm just gonna get hurt anyway. So, but I'm done with that. I'm done with being afraid. I'm done with, I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to create the life that I know I deserve. I'm ready to create the relationship that I deserve. I'm ready to serve. I'm ready to do all those things. And so I just want to make this video so that hopefully some people can watch this and hold me accountable. You know, I've got a great team, some really good friends that are part of this with me, that they're holding me accountable. I made some big commitments, some super big commitments, but it's nothing that I can't handle. It's nothing that with focus, hard work, and determination that I know I can change. And it's not just changing for other people, it's changing for myself. Because at the end of the day, if I don't change, if I don't become a different person, then I'm never going to be happy. I'm never going to be fulfilled. I'm always going to be just chasing these phantoms. And man, I'm so done with that. I'm so over that. So I appreciate you. I appreciate the time that you take if you watch this video. I hope that you continue watching these videos. I hope that you follow me on this journey of transformation. I hope it inspires you to kind of take a look at your life. What are some things that you might be doing that are holding you back and that are destructive in your life? And you know, maybe I can inspire you to take some change, to make some change, to take some new action, to get some new results. Because I mean, I'm ready for that. So I thank you so much. God bless you, and until next time, I'll see you later.